Did TMZ pay law enforcement to leak Matthew Perry's death so they could report it first before even his family knew? Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and yes, it seems to be true. Looking at these allegations coming in through social media, this all came about to a viral tweet that's been spreading out, and a lot of celebrities and experts are chiming in on. When the news broke about Matthew Perry's death, it wasn't in the public record yet. TMZ paid a law enforcement officer for the leak. Many people who knew him most likely found out that he died through social media. Despicable. It is truly despicable. And here was Wolfgang Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen's son, saying they paid off people in the hospital when my father passed. Couldn't even effing grieve for 20 minutes. Like I said, scum. He went on to show another example, daily reminder that TMZ is scum, pointing out the fact that, yes, TMZ was there taking pictures of Matthew Perry's parents arriving at the house without exaggeration, nightcrawler level psychopathy. 100%. Look, I don't want to share any of that stuff. There was a bunch of other reports of David Schwimmer having to respond to paparazzi while he got his food for his kids while he was home this weekend. That stuff's just dirty. It's just gross, and I don't understand why it's allowed. There just should be a certain decency level, and TMZ never has that. Never has that. And to not only know, this is kind of like a duh story if we're being honest, but this is what TMZ resorts to. And here's Morgan Tremaine. You might remember from the Johnny Depp trial. He's going to be making a video of this as well. They made us do some horrible S at TMZ, and I was there for more than a few celebrity deaths. This has to stop. It's just sad because I don't think it ever will. As you scroll through, look, yeah, we have to get news from TMZ at times. More and often, I wish we could avoid them altogether because of their tactics. Not just here in the instance of Matthew Perry, but what they've done to Britney Spears. With her family seemingly bankrolling all the nasty gossip and allegations that come out. They rely on these stories so much, and they have no rules, no qualms whatsoever as to what morally is allowed and what's not. And that's the big problem. It's like, yes, we all should be able to report on these deaths and moments, of course, but there should be lines where I'd assume the family knew. I assume that, the people in the house were able to call and tell the people that needed to know before they went and called the press. So for someone, think this through, because I totally believe this theory, and we're going to go through some more proof as to what TMZ is known for doing. But take a moment to think about this. Matthew Perry dies. Someone close to him discovers this. Reports it to the police, or come unresponsive. They come 911. That means someone in the medical staff, the law enforcement staff that comes, knows, this is celebrity death. This is big. And then TMZ has their claws in all these agencies and people to basically get them to, if you tell me this, we'll give you several $1,000s. I don't know what the going rate is. But I assume they wanted a lot just so they could be first, because TMZ is traditionally first. So how are they first? How would they get this staff, this medical staff who's there to protect us, to help us? Someone in that sphere is then leaking this information for profit, just so they can report it fast. And it's why? Why do they do this? And so I wanted to root around because I knew they've done this before. This is always the place that gets these deaths first. And yes, one that popped up, and this was a good article from the Wrap. Did TMZ pay to get its big Prince, when the artist formerly known as Prince died? Celebrity site run by Harvey Levin plays by different rules than the competitors. TMZ broke another high-profile story yesterday with its scoop on Prince's death at 57. But the question remains, did the celebrity gossip site pay for it? Many news organizations have strict policies that prevent reporters from paying for information, at least partly because of the ethical concerns. Checkbook journalism is thought to encourage sources to invent or embellish tips to get more money. And I'll tell you one really big instance of that was Michael Jackson during the Michael Jackson trial. Before really we could all check things on the internet, watch things in court like we did thankfully with the Johnny Depp trial, they were paying off anybody who worked with Michael tons of money to come in with stories that showed him negatively or make stuff up. There was just checkbooks were going left and right. Back in that day, it was even worse. And yeah, paparazzis are paid to sort of get this done. To get the tip-off is even bigger. TMZ, run by legal journalist Harvey Levin, has a formidable record of entertainment industry scoops and a reputation for paying for them. Last February, a lengthy New Yorker story detailed how more than 100 tips arrive every day on the TMZ voicemail from people looking for cash payouts. The story even detailed how producers pay for scoops and help nervous tipsters follow through on leaks. An International Business Times story in 2014 reported that TMZ pays up to several $1,000s for solid leaks. A big video or photo can mean much more. Security footage of Solange Knowles attacking her brother-in-law Jay-Z, believed to have sold for $250,000, $250,000. Levin did not respond to request. Obviously, TMZ does not comment. TMZ was on top of the Prince story, since his private jet made an emergency landing in Illinois last Friday. Prince reps said the plane landed because he had the flu, but the site pointed out that his plane was only 48 minutes from home before the unscheduled landing. Levin's reporters, sensing something was wrong, revealed that Prince appeared at Saturday Night Live dance party near his home. A Saturday night dance party near his home. The site first reported that someone died at Prince's estate before confirming that someone was indeed the music legend. TMZ broke the story. Prince's death on Thursday, well before any mainstream media outlets felt comfortable enough with their information to go live. TMZ posted roughly 12:50 p.m. Eastern, but it took an Associated Press report nearly 17 minutes later for the news to hit media outlets across the world. Publications did run with the TMZ scoop. They were careful to make sure report was prominently featured in their respective headlines. The Prince reporting recalled 2009 when TMZ beat out the other organizations in reporting the death of Michael Jackson. So they have a history of this. They have this history of this. These getting ahead of these scoops. So yeah, this is what's wild. Fox News hosts among the respected old school journalists who have won over. TMZ has enough credibility that if there's a story about a rock star's death or a traffic incident in Hollywood, I certainly would pay attention to it. I thought there was more to it, but I guess not. But there it is. But is this right? I mean, one would argue, yeah, well, this is news. They want the scoop. They got to get it first. They clearly are making money off of all the traffic that comes in through all these articles about Matthew Perry, which there are now several, and it's always something. Some of it's nice, addressing fan reactions and actual news, but a lot of it is salacious. With his parents being stuck by paparazzi, which to me is just despicable. Hounding these people as they're grieving is not the way, and that's what's so troubling to me. Is what I appreciate what other outlets used to do more, which was vet it. So by the time that it goes to our feed, it's assumed and implied that yes, the family has had time to notify people and do it before everybody else. Obviously, we live in an age of 24/7 social media, TikToking, everything, that it's hard for some of this stuff to stay private. But what do you think about this, guys? Does this make you upset? What can we do aside from not support TMZ, to know that this is something they've done regularly, to things that they continue to do? Do you want us to stop using TMZ as a source? I'd love your thoughts down below. Please share them. And does this surprise you? I assume it doesn't. But do you think this was paid for? Do you believe this theory that someone, a police officer or medical examiner, knew, oh, we have a celebrity here, let's call the TMZ tip line and get this quick? How do you even do that unless you have a scoop? Because this was all running pretty fast. It's mind-blowing how fast they work just for that scoop. And then to know that his whole family and everybody found out, as we all were. This is tragic, man. That's just tragic. What do you think about all this? I want to hear your thoughts. Make sure if you haven't already hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you guys for watching. We will hopefully be back in studio tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me as we've done these reports. I hope you'll join us tomorrow for Halloween. Hopefully a live stream in studio. Stay tuned as we get back to it. So grateful for all you guys and your support. And thank you guys so much for watching here on Popcorn Planet. And make sure to clickety-click the stuff that's popping over me.